I was in Limerick, but it was only a 2-week sentence I got, and I only did 8 days. I should have done 9, but for some reason they let me out early.
Any idea what that reason is now?
I can't. Well, maybe I'm unpopular or something, or maybe I'm popular. Maybe it's my popularity.
Okay. Well, just go back a bit and tell us.
Well, I mean, it's because myself and Margaretta Darcy had been on the runway. We were on it twice, but this was the second time, and we were on the 1st of September last year, because it looked like there was an invasion or an attack on Syria imminent by the United States. So we felt the 1st of September was the anniversary of the beginning of the Second World War in 1939, and we thought it was appropriate to go on and World Peace Day and say hands off Syria. So we did, and so we were up in court for that, and we got either you signed a bond and paid €100 fine, or you did 2 weeks jail, and I just wouldn't give them 2D, so off I went for 2 weeks. But when I went into jail, I specifically said to them that I wasn't a criminal, and I was therefore refusing to wear the prison garb. I said the only criminals involved here are the ones that are the murderers, or the mass murderers, and that are travelling through Shannon, or their weaponry passing through Shannon, and those political people in Dublin who are allowing it to happen. So I said, they're not going to criminalise me, and they're not going to criminalise the peace movement. I'm not wearing a uniform. So I was naked, apart from they gave me a blanket to cover myself with, the blankets, sort of poncho with a hole in the head. So I was in that for the 8 days. I was in solitary confinement. But I mean, it wasn't bread and water. Solitary confinement, it was TV, kettle, wash hand basin, toilet, books, and a bed, and 3 meals a day, solitary confinement. So I was quite calm.
What was the reaction by the prison authorities to the fact that you refused to wear the garb?
Well, they were. I found the ordinary warders sound, not a problem. The assistant governor I met was a bit upset about it, and he wouldn't. When I went in to see him, he asked me, "Who are you?" And I felt like saying to him, "What do you mean, who am I? Fucking, you've ordered me to come to see you." But he wouldn't look at me, so it wasn't a great meeting.
Okay.
So and I had thought that I would wear the garb just to go out on visits, when people came to visit me. But the way the conversation ensued, I ended up saying to him, "You can shove your visits," you know. So
okay.
So I had no visits. I was a 24-hour lockup, basically, except I got out to make a phone call every day. But I mean, I had no problems.
Okay, you were let out early?
Let out on the Saturday instead of the Sunday, yeah.
Oh, was that only 1 day early?
No, I got remission, which should have been 5 days remission, but they gave me an extra day.
Okay, right. No, I suppose they're just glad to see the back of you, the prison.
I don't know, I got on well with the guards, so the warders, so maybe the authorities wanted rid of me. But it didn't get much publicity. It got a bit of publicity the day I was arrested, but I mean, half of what we do is really to raise the issue of what's going on in Shannon, because the Irish media totally ignores it. If you know, they're talking about 1,000 Russian troops going into the Ukraine, which is all a lie. But there's thousands of troops go through Shannon, and they never cover that. It's news headlines about Ukraine, but not about what's happening down in Shannon.
Okay, so I take it by what you've just said, you plan to continue protesting about the use of Shannon, and anything planned for the future?
Well, we think that there needs to be an intensification of it. The very fact that Clare Daly and Mick Wallace have now gone in and tried to search a plane, having been told that they have no evidence that there's military hardware travelling through Shannon, and they went in. I think I would expect that, and well, I'm hoping others are going to do so too. Our goal is on the 12th of October There's going to be, and it'll be the 13th anniversary of Shannon Airport being turned into a US military base. That's the 12th would be the 13th anniversary of the invasion of Afghanistan. So we're looking for nationally for people to come to Shannon, and that means when I mean nationally, I mean from all over the country, because Shannon's the issue. Shannon, one can talk about Palestine and you can march in Dublin about Palestine, but when it comes down to it, the weapons that are going to the Israelis are either going through Shannon or are going through Irish airspace, and we should be, the people involved in the Palestinian solidarity campaign and people opposed to war should be uniting and focusing on Shannon as well.
Yeah.